You got your first feature film done. How was that whole production? What was how was that process?
You know, that's a great question. It started out as a UNLV. Every 2 years, UNLV is where I went to school. They give out something called the Johnny Brendan Filmmakers Award. And that's like a grant. You write a screenplay. Every film student can write a screenplay, submit it, and then they give a grant to one student to turn it into a feature film. So this couldn't have happened without Johnny Brendan and UNLV to begin with. So luckily, my screenplay was selected, and then it became all about let's gather a team together. The problem was I had since graduated. I was living in LA. Everybody I knew lived back in Vegas. The whole production became me. I took like 4 weeks off work. I worked for Disney, and we filmed 4 weeks of it in Las Vegas, where our principal cast and crew was. And then after that, 4 weeks on and off, I was driving back and forth between Las Vegas and Los Angeles every weekend, which was exhausting to say the least. There's so much to be learned just by making a short film, and then making a feature as a whole. Like, it's a whole nother animal. It's like
it's a whole new ball game.
It's a whole new ball game. It's like, you know, there's 48-hour film festivals, and this is like a 4,800-hour film festival. It's really was an undertaking, but you know, like I said, thank God there were a lot of people involved. We had like a 60-person cast and crew, and it somehow came together.
And out of those 60, you were the editor, director, writer, music, and the star of this film. I mean, you took on too many roles. You really just wanted all the credit, didn't you?
No, gosh, no. And in fact, on my next one, I'm like, let me do it as, you know, less. No, it just kind of worked out that way. That's kind of how I worked on my short films. And then I have a mentor, Francisco Menendez. He was like, this is your chance to star in a featured film. And I want to be an actor. And it's like, yeah, I got to do it. You know, it's like, it was just kind of a once in a lifetime opportunity.
My favorite part of the film was when Bailey, I guess you say, blows up on your character and like yells at him. I feel like that was a turning point, more for Bailey. Why do you think that was important to put in the film?
Yeah, thanks. One thing to know is I'm an only child. So this was a lot of the brother and sister stuff was written just from me talking with friends and stuff, and friends that have felt like siblings to me. But early on in the film, something tragic happens. Our older brother Kane dies kind of pretty tragically, and it's captured on film. And we find out later that is the moment when Bailey has stopped talking. And then later, when that moment is caught on film, that's kind of a memory preserved in that moment. And then later, Keller deletes that video and deletes that memory. that angers Bailey, and there's a lot of other stuff going on, and it's like he's released from that silence, and in that moment he blows up. I think it's earned. I think there's that Kruko really antagonizes him, and Kruko kind of represents the world that's been antagonizing him in a way, and he's mad at his brother, and there's a lot of boiling rage that I think reaches the breaking point. When that memory is erased.
I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about the scene with Krugo and Bailey in the car. That was one of my favorite scenes, and I'm wondering how much of that was improvised. I love that Krugo is, you know, literally trying to scare the hiccups out of Bailey. And I thought it was really poignant because Krugo says that he's trying to scare the demons out of him, and he's a demon too. So, which is kind of, I feel like could be like a metaphor for dealing with, you know, life's troubles.
Lines like that, like, you got demons in you, I know, because I got them too, totally improvised. And then pretty recently towards the end, I decided, like, what if I pitch shift his voice down, because he goes like, blah, 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 and then on the last one he goes, and I was like, that would be great, because it's like a demon is coming out of him.
Let's do it right now, right now. 3, 2, 1.
A lot of synergy happened between editing and on production and in pre-production. So yeah, again, yes and no, a little bit of both, but it would have been a completely different scene with a different actor. I'll just say that.
What have you learned about yourself as a person and as a filmmaker and a creative being through the making of your film?
I learned a lot. You know, I made a good deal of short films before this. And with short films, you can kind of do it all on your own. You can kind of just have a tripod on a thing and just film it in your bedroom. But with this, you need to trust people. You need to trust the kindness of others and trust that they have the creative vision too. A lot of times it's better than anything you could ever think of. So making this movie really helped me. I think I'm a different person on the other side of it. It was very stressful, and I think I've learned to cope with stress more as a result of this movie. There's a scene where Keller is kind of paranoid about like this thing going on in his throat, and the doctor just tells him, listen, man, that's just stress. And he's like, just stress? What? No, something's got to be wrong with me. He's like, no, you just got to not think about it. And it's like, how do you not think about it? It's like, you guys got to meditate and take time for yourself. And for me, a form of, you know, meditation or whatever you want to call it is definitely burying myself into projects that I love, like this movie and like the next movie and like music and all that sort of stuff.